Hey, I'm Rich. I build stuff. And while part of this vid's going to be Mamoli Lexington part, I think we're on to 19. Well, I think last time I said something about building an enclosure for that thing. Alright. I'll probably split this into a little video or something of its own, just so you know. In case people don't want to see a guy build models. Alright, let's get her over with. Although I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to watch that. I mean, come on, it's such a great, sleeping aid with all these angles of cutting the lengths of rope and pre-measuring with my pad, and I'm wrapping them around and around the other ropes. And that's really all I do this week, is just this, one other set of rat lines. I also hang one of the little, what are they called, chain plates or something, or, the rope bits of it. I start it, not doing the little thing at the bottom. But I do the pulley thing or whatever at the bottom, the one rope and that. So, but that was a small progress made before I, one, threw my back out, and two, the weekend after that, when I finally had some time to do more of this, I also had to deal with trying to start off that enclosure. Good news is it actually is looking like it might come out better than the last one. That's always a plus. Of course, it's got more features this time too, like a rack for that for the resin 3D printer on it. It's also part of why it's so tall, as you're going to see. It's about 6 feet, and I'm about 6 feet, so give or take. That, or it's going to be taller than me, and I'm only 5'11". Amazing what a being so big and hefty does to your spine. Crunchy, crunchy. Okay, enough of that. So, yet another angle and another song. Although I have to say, seems sometimes things just kind of line up on you. Sometimes they line up against you, but sometimes they line up for you. I'm not going to spoil the song choice, and it's eerily appropriate. So, there we go. Not only do I tie the knots around these ropes to make these little cross, ropes or whatnot on these rat lines, and I also super glue all the knots in place. I do that so that they'll never come apart, they won't fray or, anything sad like that. So there we go. And then I go ahead and I start putting a couple of these, I think I put more of these, these lines together that you would use to add the pulleys to the other side. Or, oh, no, wait, no, I'm not quite doing that. No, I'm not. I'm actually doing the 3 that go up top. There we go. So, yep, I also at the bottom of these have little twisted wire hook things to tie the lengths of rope to that are doing the kind of upward going bit of this netting. Okay, I guess this isn't as bad as I thought. I mean, we're going from about 30 seconds to I guess it's about 5 hours, give or take, of work on this. Doesn't seem like much over 2 weeks, but you gotta remember, I'm a middle-aged man, so I'm employed. Well, I am employed, I should say, and it's not in this, unfortunately. Otherwise, these videos would come out a lot faster and be higher quality. But, as you can see, also, I'm using some newly found, I think those are surgical scissors. But, we got them from a hospital visit for one of my kids. Okay, enough of that. I already gave the origin story of that. It was in why the last video took so long to put out, but that's besides the point. So, as you can see, I'm putting more of these together. I think these are the ones, oh no, they're not the one I add to the other side yet. They're still, yeah. Okay, there we go. So yeah, they're the ones that go up to the very tippy top part of the mast. Here we go. Here's the appropriate music choice I mentioned earlier. So yeah, and then again, after trying to angle these all in nicely, I end up getting some more sections of rope cut up. Again, out of view of the camera. I need more than one camera on this shop. But here we go. Here's a good view. Take this. Just route these cables right through. With different sides. And then do all that nice up-close tying of these rat lines now. I think I'm getting better about the quality of these videos in terms of the shots I choose, actually. That makes me happy. That's a small improvement. Having the heated enclosure, though, from my 3D printer is going to be a big improvement. And as I teased at the beginning of the video, I'll probably planning on making a separate video of that. Again, just in case people aren't interested in model making at all and just want to know how to make a 3D printer enclosure. Which is fine with me. Hey, you gotta get at it, gotta hustle, right? Anyways, here we go. All those ratlines and all the glue to make it all stick in place. And then cut down all the little, strings at the side. I think this is where, yep, there we go. So here I add or start adding the other set of those lines to go upward for the rat lines. And then I totally change gears. Well, after putting all these together. Okay, I guess I could have timed this a lot better, thinking about it now. Oh well, it's still there. It's still doing something. Here we go. Alright. Oh, great and mighty camera not falling down, God's I pay homage. Let's get this thing. That was too funny for me not to include. So yeah, I propped the camera very precariously, more precariously than these 2x2s, up against the top of a door. Wife's probably going to beat me up when she sees this, but it's life. And then I go ahead and I take some measurements. I use one of these 2x2s to line everybody up. I use one to clamp it down. And then I use the other 2x2 to act as a guide for the buzzsaw, which goes rip right there. And then I play the heavier sounding music as I start to actually build this thing up, with lots of bending down and getting at funny angles. And I split the 2x2 with this first screw. Then I learn a lesson and drill pilot holes thereafter, because these longer screws I got are not self-tapping, so they'll just go right in and split, unfortunately. The other lesson I learned is I needed a right angle jig, that's the gray thing you see. I put it in, I tighten, I drill, and of course I use a hand drill that I borrowed from my father-in-law because, well, 1, good stuff is expensive, 2, he has a bunch, and 3, I can't find my own. Oh, wow. I thought this was put together nicely. Now it looks all horribly cocked. Well, it doesn't look so bad now. Hey, view from inside. As I go ahead and tighten these up. And then the last thing you should see me do in this video episode is cut down the piece of wood. I cut out corners using the jigsaw. I measure out a little bit beyond the boards. I take a first cut. Doesn't quite fit, it's too tight. And then I hit the second. Also, by the way, bit related to say this, I used my goggles when cutting because I want to keep my eyes. There's some websites that Quagmire told me. Okay, that's a bit much. Alright, and now for the outro. Enjoy. You ever bite off more than you can chew and then choke? Well, man, at least I got these half the rat lines are now done. And the next ones are going to be doable too. So I made some progress on that, but not much. But yeah. I was planning on having this built. And I got ambitious and I said, hey, make it its own separate video too. And then I learned that these are just a little too short. Oh, life happens. So, get the longer versions of those. Because there's just barely any biting in there. I don't know how it's even holding this. Because, I tried it up here, and then it just came out, and I was like, what the hell? Happens. But, I need more anyway, so I'll get more of the screws that are right to hold these in. And then, well, I can also, while I'm at it, look for a few things I thought I kept, or at least my wife thought I kept it. I don't think I did, but you never know. She could be right. Sometimes, a lot of times she actually is. But, until then, well, I'm Rich. I build stuff. And not always models, as we can see. Although I will be getting back to this next week. Or next 2 weeks. Alright, so. See you in 2 weeks. Hopefully this thing gets built. And, just for the fun shot of, look where we are! This is kind of the view my 3D printer will soon have. And now for the YouTube dance of like, share, subscribe, hooray! Peace out for now.